great to do favors for people, but when you're in the energy of Tove, so outside of reaching out to do a favor, instead of doing favors, as in do favors, but in this context, create good and hold yourself in that space of being in a good place. Because the concept of Tove, right, for so many of us, even when we want to feel good about ourselves, we go and do good things for other people, which is great. And that leans into the concept of Tova. But if we spend a little bit of time creating the disposition where we are aligned with ourselves in a good place, like that earth, the healthy soil, you are going to be in a space where you can absorb all the goodness of this world. And by standing there, right, you are able to influence good on a much stronger level than you would by just doing a favor for somebody else. Because sometimes, and I found this, and again, we're all a work in progress, I find that we will do a favor for somebody else. And when we're doing a favor for somebody else, we're doing a favor for somebody that is usually, it could be less than, right? Less than us. Or we're giving of ourselves in a place where somebody might have less. And the tables always turn in the sense that sometimes you're in the place where you're giving and sometimes you're in the place of receiving, right? But the point is that when we're in the space of reaching out and helping somebody else, it's very easy to be in the space, to be critical, to see the negative, to see the weak, right? We're kind of seeing people's weaker points. And then we become very critical. And for a lot of us, this is what happens. As we all know, either you're on the giving end of that or the receiving end of that, right? Where somebody thought they're doing you a favor and it really hurt you more than it actually helped you because of the way it was done. So the point is that obviously, right, go do good things. And none of us are perfect. And it's better to do them when we're not perfect than not to do them at all. So I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is for the point that we're talking about when we're isolating that space of love and affection, it's really, really important to be in a space where we are working on the Tove, which is the good, which means when we understand our sense of value, coming back to knowing what you love, really taking accountability for the things that you connect with, right? And rather than creating an ego out of it, knowing that when you're in an ego state, there isn't a sense of flow. There's an attachment state. So then you think it's a status quo. I am this, I am that, I have these things, it gives me this, right? But when we're in a space of true love and true affection, we can open our eyes in the morning and fall in love with the day completely. We feel completely connected. We feel completely supported, and we feel the sense of flow. And the thing is, for so many of us, we have this misconception of, I can only be loved if, and every single one of us have those bits that are those disclaimers there. But when you're in a state of complete flow, there is no interruption. There's no interruption. There's a sense of flow, and it doesn't matter where you are or who you're standing in front of.